Laboratory Safety, the basics. I'm Dr. Animal Rai, and I will be your instructor for this unit.
Dr. Animal, there's been a spill. What should we do?
First, you need to report the incident to your supervisor, like me. Good job. Then, you must don proper PPE. What kind of spill was it?
It was hydrochloric acid. We should check the safety data sheet for instructions on how to clean up the spill.
Correct. Let's see how much you spilled. It says here that a small spillage like this one can be cleaned up by mop if diluted with water and neutralized with sodium carbonate.
Remember, safety data sheets are constantly updated and added to by companies to ensure the safety use of these products.
The water. With right training and precautions, health hazards can be minimized in the lab. Be trained in their PPE and must be aware of all the dangers in the lab.
That's why I had to sit through a 2-hour safety briefing. Gee, Dr. Animal, that's great.
Remember to store chemicals after you're done using them. A clean workspace means less hazards. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was using the microscope to examine the slide. Microscopes are amazing tools in the clinical laboratory's kit, but even they pose a danger. All electrical devices must be grounded in order to ensure the safety of the user.
Dr. Animal, should I use this microscope?
Well, I'm glad you asked. You should always inspect your equipment before you use it. Carefully examine this microscope.
The bulb is working. All the parts seem functional.
We'll just stop after you say.
I've wiped it down. I should be able to use it, right?
Did you check the power cord? It's frayed. Frayed cords pose an electrical hazard. I wouldn't be too keen on using this microscope. We'll get it replaced as soon as possible. You remembered your training. Pop quiz. Where's the nearest fire extinguisher?
That's easy, Dr. Animal. It's in the fire extinguisher case right by the door.
How do you use a fire extinguisher?
That's also simple. It's pass. Pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep.
But remember, not all fires can be extinguished. If the fire is too big, or if the fire extinguisher is not the right class, you could put yourself at unnecessary risk. Remember, race?
Yes, I do. Rescue, alarm, contain, evacuate, or extinguish.
Your safety and the safety of those around you are very important. Never fight a fire that is greater than your ability to extinguish. All of these rules and regulations are meant to comply with OSHA mandates.
National Health and Safety Administration. They're meant to minimize all risks in the lab. Pop quiz for you, doctor. How do I properly doff my gloves?
Very carefully, pinch the palm of your gloved hand between 2 fingers. Pull completely off without touching the outside of your glove. Grip the doffed glove in your palm of your gloved hand. Now slip 2 fingers under the wrist region of the other glove. Pull over your hand and keeping your fist closed. When your last glove is fully removed, loosen your grip, your fist, and grip the outside portion of the glove carefully. Dispose the glove properly. If it contains any body fluid or you suspect of contamination, dispose of it in a biohazard bag. If not, regular trash will suffice, if and only if you are absolutely sure there is no contamination.
And never reuse gloves.
By Jovi, you got it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the last important safety concern. Biological hazards, also known as any body fluid transmission and biological ladies and gentlemen, we're on to one last important safety concern: biological hazards, also known as any body fluid transmission and blood-borne pathogens.
Blood or blood products, pathogenic microorganisms, aerosols, and needle sticks.
We deal with each in terms of preventative.
Barriers are first-line defense against blood. Our PPE, gloves, and fluid-resistant lab coats are absolute necessity.
That's also similar to pathogenic microbes, except that microbes require a biological safety cabinet when handling. A biological safety cabinet is designed to prevent infectious material from escaping through positive air pressure. Most clinical labs have a Class 2 safety cabinet.
Also wipe down all surfaces with disinfectant. A 10% chlorine bleach solution should do the job.
Needles should be treated with extreme caution. Always assume any bodily fluids or products you encounter are contaminated and treat them with utmost caution. That is the standard precaution.
They must be disposed of in a sharps container, never biological. Do not break, recap, cut, or bend a needle, as this may cause more harm than good.
Something simpler and just as effective: hand washing. Before and after donning gloves, wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water. When entering or exiting a room, also, it's advised that you use alcohol-based gel to kill pathogens lingering on your hands after you've touched any surface.
With a needle. What if I stick myself with a needle?
Your safety training should kick in. Report to your supervisor immediately. We must assume that the needle stuck was contaminated and treat you as such. You must wash the infected area immediately. In accordance to OSHA, you will be tested for the two most common bloodborne pathogens, HIV and HBV, and treated if necessary. Evaluation will continue for some time to evaluate your health status. Remember, the vaccination you received prior to working in the lab, that was to ensure your safety and immunity against bloodborne pathogens.
Refresher course is complete, don't you think?
The best defense against danger in a lab is caution and vigilance. Most accidents can be avoided by simply being mindful of your surroundings. Remember this, and your basic procedures, and working in a lab will be safe. I'm Dr. Rai, and this concludes our presentation.